right, good morning and happy Wednesday, everybody. We are halfway through the work week and chatting about the forecast here on Facebook and all social media. If you have any questions, let me know. And you'll notice outside it is cloudy, it is gray. Even with our sky cam, you'll notice even a few rain shafts. To the south of downtown San Antonio, you can take a look right here. And while I do that, just want to make sure my audio is working a-okay, and it sounds just fine. Good morning, Grant, and good morning, David and Norma. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, guys. And we'll look at radar. So let's just get to that in just a second and show you what we got. It's been mostly light activity all morning long, guys, and it's mostly west of I-35. So we'll actually zoom in and show you where the rain's happening right now. And everything's very spotty at this hour. So downtown San Antonio and even near, let's say, Somerset, Bandera Road, and down 281, there are a couple of downpours moving in from south to north. These are showers that move in from the Gulf of Mexico. They last probably about 10 to 15 minutes, and they dissipate very quickly. With that being said, along I-10 and along Highway 87 towards China Grove, there is one lone downpour. We'll zoom in and just north and east of China Grove, and in that region right now in eastern Bexar County. Near the Alamo Dome and west of the AT&T Center, we have some rain moving in. This is very light activity, and we'll zoom in on the street roads and show you this is around, West Commerce and Martin Street and Cesar Chavez. There's some light rain over there with a couple of those moderate downpours moving in again from south to north. These are not severe, and these are not generating any lightning. These are, very shallow air, showers, not very severe. They're not actually building up into the atmosphere. They're building a little bit, and then they drop the rain, and they dissipate very fast. And you'll see out near, let's say, Woodlawn Avenue and Zarzamora, there are a couple downpours just off I-10 as you move towards downtown. So that's where the rain is right now in central Bexar County. Most of the north side is dry, with the exception of maybe Helotes. You can see a light sprinkle out there this morning. And that's along Bandera Road, just south of Cross Mountain and west of I-10, just west of UTSA. Towards the west side and north of Highway 90, you'll pick up on some light rain just west of, is that Tally Road? Yeah, so if you are on Tally Road, it's mostly cloudy and there is some light rain out there on our radar. But again, mostly scattered to spotty activity, guys. This is not widespread, but if you're driving out in the next hour or two, you'll encounter a few droplets on your windshield as you get out this morning. And again, it's mostly the south side near Somerset and let's say near Von Ormy and Elmendorf. There are a little bit more higher coverage of rain around, higher showers around, but otherwise pretty quiet. So let's get into the forecast and show you what we got. So tomorrow morning is going to be mild to humid, 68. We're in this routine of things where we just see morning clouds, maybe a few showers in the morning, and then afternoon sunshine, highs in the 80s. So these are the morning temperatures, the overnight trend, and you'll see sweater weather is back by this weekend. So a cold front is forecast to move through the area probably around Friday afternoon around the lunch hour, if not a little bit before or after that. And that's what's going to help drop temperatures, give us a better chance for showers and storms Friday evening, and then more importantly, dropping the temperature forecast into the 40s. And these are overnight lows. The afternoon highs will be in the 60s and even the upper 50s. Right now, though, it's cloudy, and you can see the rain and the updraft right there if you look very closely. And that's the rain shaft of the rain moving through downtown San Antonio. It's mild, it's humid, guys. It's 77 at Stinson, 79 at the airport. We have southerly winds moving at 14 miles an hour, and here's why. We have just so much humidity out there. I mean, all the green on the map is showing you the big story. As moisture moves in from the Gulf of Mexico and the heating of the day, that helps kind of spark off those spotty sea breeze showers, and we have some moving through the Bexar County area as we speak. So if you're just joining us, we'll get back to radar right now and show you there's not much out there, but as we zoom into San Antonio, between Fair Oaks Ranch, Floresville, 281 in Devine and Pleasanton, Atascosa County into southern Bexar County, there are a couple of those downpours around. So main takeaway, it's cloudy. Most areas are dry, but the showers are moving in from the south and are going to move towards the 410 loop and near 1604. So if you're in southern San Antonio right now, you'll likely encounter maybe a couple of downpours or maybe just a sprinkle on the dash. It's not going to be a lot. And there are no lightning associated with these. In western Wilson County, west of Floresville, there is a stronger downpour, but again, these are not severe, and east of Lori and east of I-37 is where this downpour is more abundant in this part of the southern side of San Antonio. And that's how radar looks right now, guys. So we'll show you a closer look at downtown. We have a couple of downpours moving through I-10, Balcones Heights, and moving towards 410. So I would say between, let's say, the I-10 and 410 changeover and into, let's say, the North Star Mall area near Castle Hills, likely in the next 10 to 15 minutes, rain's going to be moving in your direction. This is not severe, but you'll notice a couple of those localized pockets of rain on I-10 between, let's say Woodlawn Avenue and also Martin Street. Yeah, that's probably where the rain is heaviest right now, just off of I-10, and that's moving south into downtown. But this rain is moving towards the north, so I'll just put on this right here. So this will likely miss 281, this particular cluster of showers, but moving towards Balcones Heights and moving towards the 410 corridor, towards Leon Valley and towards Ingram Park Mall, and then all the way up to North Star Mall is where you're going to see some rain moving probably by 11:30, if not around lunchtime. And that is the latest on radar. We'll zoom out just for the ones that are just joining us, and we'll do that. And I'll show you these showers are few and far between. They're not high in coverage. You can see one shower right there moving through I-10, central San Antonio. We have another cluster and batch of showers moving into southern Bexar County and I-10. And again, these are not heavy. These are just some moderate downpours at best moving through the area. And you'll see the rain shaft with our live cam right here. That is a live look outside into downtown San Antonio. 70s on the map. We have mostly cloudy skies, if not overcast. We'll see a couple of showers through 11:30, and then the sun will come out by this afternoon. Big story, of course, the humidity. Southeast winds cranking in more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, setting up a very humid and ripe atmosphere for sea breeze rain, which is what we're seeing out there right now. So if you're about to get out in the next half hour, expect 1 or 2 showers. It's not going to be a lot. Mostly clouds for most, and you'll see highs near 81 to 83 this afternoon under gloomy skies, and then by 4 and 5 p.m. things should clear out. But keep in mind, sunset tonight will be at 5:42. Days are a lot shorter compared to a couple months ago. And it'll be warm today. Temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees above the November average, and the change doesn't arrive until Friday, guys. So Friday afternoon, Friday night is when the colder air is going to move in. And with the colder air destabilizing the atmosphere, colder air masses, warmer, humid air riding right above it, that creates what we call an overrunning pattern. And that's why Friday is going to be one of those days where it's going to be gloomy, gray, damp, cold, windy, and one of those days where you're going to want to spend inside. It's not going to be a lot of rain, but if you're heading out on the roads Friday, especially to work, to school, you're going to encounter slick spots on the roads, and of course, gusty winds up to 20 and 30 miles an hour. Rain chances do trend down through Saturday and Sunday as we get into early next week. Let's show you what's going on. So there's cold fronts moving through the Rocky Mountain Northwest. Matter of fact, take a look from San Antonio at 80 degrees basically to about 41 in Salt Lake City, 33 near freezing in Boise, Idaho. But more importantly, look at this air mass that's moving farther south is pretty cold in its core in southern Canada and northern Montana, where temperatures in Billings, Montana right now, down to 9 degrees in Billings. That is incredible. That is very cold right now. 23 in Casper, Wyoming. And this is where the core of colder air is now spilling farther south. You'll see, the gradient in temperatures from 71 in Omaha to 23 in Casper. That's where you track the cold front. That's where you draw the dividing line of warm and humid air to colder and drier air. You'll notice Denver's at 38, Salt Lake City's at 41 in Texas, and most of the South is just basking in the warmth and humidity. And then when you kind of superimpose the upper level pattern, it makes a lot of sense. You'll see the trough dipping down across California towards Nevada and pretty much all across the Rocky Mountains. That's where the cold air is now spilling farther south. Now, good news, this will swing across the U.S. tomorrow and through Friday and throughout the weekend. And what that means for us, as it spills across the north, that'll track and modify the cold front in our direction Friday morning, Friday afternoon. So we'll walk you through the forecast. We'll stop at today at 4 o'clock. This is this afternoon, highs in the 80s, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, maybe an isolated shower, 1 or 2, but coverage of rain is not going to be impressive. By tonight, maybe a couple sprinkles, mostly cloudy, and then by tomorrow morning, rinse and repeat. Overcast conditions just like this morning, a couple of those spotty showers, some patchy fog. Morning lows tomorrow only in the upper 60s, lower 70s. It's going to be a very warm and humid start to tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, same thing. Clouds begin to break apart. Highs near 83 tomorrow. Maybe an isolated shower, but it's not going to be impressive. And then the big change arrives Friday morning as some rain moves in. You'll see as I stop the clock right there. That's 6, 7 a.m. or so around sunrise. And there's a couple of showers in the hill country, but mostly light. And then by Friday afternoon, that's when some of the rain starts to materialize south of San Antonio. Mid-morning, 10, 11 a.m. And then here comes the cold front behind that prefrontal trough, and that helps drop temperatures pretty fast. So you'll notice by, let's say Friday morning, 10, 11 a.m., we'll be in the middle 70s. But as the front moves through around lunchtime, it'll help temperatures drop into the 60s and 50s by Friday afternoon, Friday night. So it's going to be a pretty big drop in temperatures from 1 hour to the next. And you'll see by Friday night, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s, breezy, and also a little rainy with a couple of those scattered downpours that could be heavy at times. That's Friday night. So keep that in mind if you have any plans Friday night, if you're going to downtown or maybe Worst Fest in Brown Falls. It's through this weekend. Friday night's going to be a little tricky. Colder moving in along with scattered showers and a few thunderstorms Friday night between about, let's say, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. here in the San Antonio region. Now, it's not going to be a lot. You'll notice rainfall amounts are not impressive. Anywhere north of Houston, up to 1 to 2 inches of rain, but around the Bexar County area and San Antonio Metro, I would say between a tenth to a quarter. It's going to be a very light system that goes pretty quickly and drops rain and even pushes some colder air in. So how strong is this front going to be? It's going to be 83. It's not Sunday. Let me just modify that, guys. So Thursday is going to be 83. And let's do this. Thursday will be 83. And then Friday's high will be about 61. So it's going to be a pretty big difference in temperature from one day to the next. The 24-hour change is going to be pretty significant. So we'll go through that graphic one more time. Right there. So we talk about the strength of cold fronts, and we talk about afternoon highs dropping from the 80s down to the 60s. That's pretty significant. We call that a strong cold front, especially here in South Texas. All right, very quickly, guys, we don't talk about this, especially this time of year, but it's still hurricane season, and it doesn't wrap up until November 30th. And you'll see we have Tropical Storm Nicole moving through the Bahamas right now. Just not too far from Florida, which, by the way, this system is going to move into in the next 12 to 24 hours. So here's the guidance on it, and I'll just zoom in and show you what we got. This is Thursday morning, likely around this time. It's moving across the Sunshine State through Tampa and Fort Myers. Anywhere on that eastern side, the right side of the storm center near Daytona Beach, I-95, and towards Jacksonville. That's where the heaviest rain is going to be along with the storm surge. This will likely make landfall as either a strong tropical storm or a weak Category 1 hurricane. But anyway, regardless, heaviest rain along the eastern coast of Florida, and you'll see as it moves towards the Panhandle, it might reemerge over the Gulf. It'll regain some momentum, produce some heavy rain from Atlanta, from Georgia to the Carolinas. And it looks like the heaviest rain again will be out and across the eastern U.S. We'll stop the clock right there. And again, if you're heading towards the East Coast or even through Florida, today, tomorrow, or Friday, or even if you have family or friends doing so, let them know about this right here. The latest track on Tropical Storm Nicole, the 14th named storm of the season, is going to impact much of the U.S. from Miami to the Carolinas. Heaviest rain from Jacksonville all the way down to Daytona Beach. A couple of those downpours could be heavy in Georgia, but again, the east coast of Florida will see the bulk of this rain as it weakens over land through Friday and Saturday later on today and this weekend. So take a look at the 70 forecast for San Antonio, guys. This is what we got. We have mostly cloudy skies, and we'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine, high near 83 this afternoon, and mostly quiet conditions through Thursday. It's just humid and warm, 83 tomorrow. Here comes the cool down, 61 on Friday, 61 on Saturday, and mornings drop back down into the 40s later on this weekend. Lingering shower probably on Saturday and even on Monday. Mostly clouds on Sunday, but yeah, a pretty big variation in temperatures between now and Saturday and Sunday. Prepare for it. Friday's going to be one of those days where you want to stay inside and stay warm because it's going to be a lot cooler compared to today. Highs in the 60s and mornings in the 40s. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's going to be a big change, guys. All right, guys, we'll leave it on the forecast for now. Been good morning, and Norma. Good morning, Grant. Good morning, everybody out there. Been hearing, thanks to the hurricane, Texas is going to get cold. Yeah, so I was going to say, Grant, typically this time of year when we get cold fronts moving through, that almost acts as a barrier for hurricanes. Yeah, hurricanes can form this time of year in the Gulf of Mexico, but as soon as you get cold fronts moving through, like every week, it acts as a shield and pretty much redirects all these storms away from us towards Florida, towards the East Coast, and more importantly, towards the Atlantic, away from the United States. So while hurricane season does last through November, this month accounts for a very small percentage of storms and hurricanes, and because of cold fronts, we don't really see much on our side of the Gulf of Mexico. So something to keep in mind. 83 tomorrow, 61 on Friday. A big change is coming Friday, so prepare for that. You'll need probably a jacket, umbrella, if not a couple layers by Saturday morning, as rain will linger along with colder air moving in. You'll see Saturday 44 in the morning, Sunday morning 40 in the pre-dawn hours. It's going to be a lot different in the next couple days. All right, we'll leave it on the 7-day forecast, guys, for you. For now, we'll leave it here and hope you make it a wonderful Wednesday. We are halfway through the work week, and we'll see you later. Tune in on Ken's 5 at noon, and also later this evening for 4, 5, and 6 for the latest on local news, weather, and everything you need to know. All right, guys, make it a great Wednesday, and we'll see you later.